Heat stroke and heat exhaustion can be deadly for young children. It's no surprise that kids are most vulnerable to heat stroke when they're in the care of someone other than their parent, like at daycare. Ultimately, it happens when a child is exposed to hot temperatures for too long. The most common causes of heat stroke at daycare that we see as child injury lawyers are children being forgotten in hot daycare vans or buses. We've handled cases where a daycare has forgotten a child on a bus or van at drop-off, pickup, and field trips because they failed to perform the required safety checks of each seat and child in their care. These cases are very scary because there's often no way for the child to communicate with an adult or escape on their own. Every parent knows that if the child is left alone in a vehicle, especially on hot days, they can suffer brain damage, organ failure, or even death. We've also seen heat stroke caused by kids being left outside for too long. In some of our daycare cases, caregivers have forgotten kids outside for several hours because they didn't run through routine checks to ensure all kids were re-entering the facility. What's important to note is that children are more likely than adults to become severely ill from overheating because their bodies don't regulate heat the same way adults do. Because of the serious effects of kids overheating, daycare should have procedures in place to prevent these very incidents from happening. If heat strokes happen at daycare, it's likely because teachers were cutting corners and skipping important steps to keep the kids safe. Children should never be forgotten outside, in a van, or at daycare and put at risk of suffering a catastrophic injury or even death. If your child was the victim of a heat stroke at daycare, contact our daycare injury attorneys today. This should never have happened to your child, and they deserve justice for what they went through. As a result of all the cases we've handled, we've compiled information that parents need to know if their child has been injured at a daycare and put it into our free guide, 5 Steps to Take After a Daycare Injury, that you can download by clicking the link below. We're here to help you and your family keep moving forward.